them. So see how it goes. And this will be live and personal and as raw as it gets.
All right, well, until then, I guess we can take a couple more questions. Let's see if I have any. You hold on just a moment.
I like watching me come in and sit down after I've come in and sit down. Just enough of a delay to make it really weird at this
creepy,
time of night. Yeah.
Night,
morning.
This is tomorrow.
What day is today?
Today's tomorrow.
We're in the future.
Okay, here's a lengthy question. We hear a lot about how the physics engine will simulate flying around with both intact and damaged ships.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know that the 315P comes with a tractor beam. How will this be implemented in the physics simulations? What objects in the game will I be able to affect it with? Will it affect my own ship as much as the objects I target with? Will I be able to see a target ships flying away from me and pull them back? Can I use it to slingshot my own ship around objects like meteorites, gaining speed and saving fuel? Can I use it to push objects away from my ship or out of my way?
I thought Twitter had a character limit.
I was gonna say that's a lot of questions in one question.
This person has actually sent me a link to their Pastebin post because it wouldn't fit on Twitter.
This reminds me a lot of the questions on my forum. I have a question for you, Rob, and there are 9 of them.
Yeah.
You do a good job with those, though.
Some question AC3. If question 4 was answered as correct, then will it affect the impact of question 2?
Please refer to question B2.2.2.
Anima module takes place on a planet. It's a question.
Good answer.
Rob, did you respond to one of those with like?
Let's talk tractor beams.
Tractor. That's a lot. My first thought on tractor beams is
Caterpillar.
not going to work super well to tractor something that is moving very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So your goal is to disable something before you can tractor it.
That makes sense.
I mean, given the physics engine, you would think that when you have 2 objects connected by a tractor beam, if one of them is moving, then the faster moving one could pull the slower moving one. I guess you could tow yourself around asteroids to save fuel? I don't know. We'll have to see how it works.
Feels like one of those things where we're going to simulate what we think a tractor beam would be, and then if people want to find interesting uses for it, they can.
I can see some emergent gameplay coming from that. See what you can do with it. I mean, in theory, it's just more physics.
Yeah,
so,
which is the benefit of having an actual working physics engine.
We can set it up to have like a intergalactic billiards league.
Is a tractor beam the same thing as a repulsor beam, though?
That's an upgrade.
I like the way you think. I'm not sure if it's a pusher. I think it's a puller.
Yeah, it is too.
Yeah, I think it's mostly going to be a matter of experimentation once we start modeling physics of it.
Well, see if anyone else has tweeted at me since
they realized that you started reading your Twitter feed, so...
Do you plan any upgrades to the base so you can dock something slightly larger and expensive for cargo capacity? No, not on the Constellation.
No, those bays are built into the superstructure of the ship.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to cram a larger fighter in there.
Somebody somewhere can generate some fan art of a Constellation stuck into the bay of a Constellation, and it'll just be ugly.
That approaches like Rule 34.
The daddy starship.
When they're 2 starships and they love each other very much.
So, what you guys chatting about now? What's the topic?
Whatever.
Yeah, we're taking questions on Twitter.
So,
coherence
I'm gonna
is not happening.
go over here. Slide in here.
All right, somebody awake
Yeah, I got some sleep.
to carry the discussion.
So, if the fans, if somebody's monitoring, if you have any animation questions, I can answer them right now.
Yay!
'Cause the animator is here.
That sounds great.
So
all we need is a computer with the chat roll going, so you can see the questions.
Will there be really large, non-flyable, but duckable ships which guard jump points, stations like in Freelancer? Yeah.
Non-animation question. Next.
Now, it's not all about you.
So far, none of it is about
Here
you.
we go. Here's
We
one.
don't care about animation. Just give us the ships.
Brian, here's one for you. This is a mocap question from Piemaster. How detailed are the props for mocap going to be?
The great thing about motion capture is it doesn't really matter what the props look like because you're just putting markers on them and capturing the marker data. So a lot of times for like sci-fi guns, what we'll do is we'll go to Home Depot, or first we'll print out like a life-size, schematic side view of the weapon. We'll go to Home Depot and we'll get like metal pipe or PVC pipe, and we'll put it together into that rough shape of the gun. Kind of gives it that weight and shape to it, so the hand placement is in the right place. And then we just put markers on it, make sure that the prop isn't going to reflect infrared back at the camera, because that can be an issue. But just put marker data on it, and we capture that. And things like if a character has to step into a spaceship, we're not going to build something that looks like a spaceship. We're just going to have some stairs and like a little platform to step off onto. So we'll climb up the ladder, and then when you get to the top, we'll step off. Something like a good example would be the catwalk. So that's in the hangar. You see the catwalk up near the ceiling. There's a ladder you're going to be able to climb up. So you'll walk up, you'll mount the ladder, climb up, and step off onto the catwalk. Well, when we motion capture that, we have to think about how it's broken down. So we'll probably have like a mount animation where we'll go and we'll do a really nice step onto the ladder. Then we'll do a cycle where we'll actually climb up the ladder, get a nice cycle out of that. And then we'll do an animation where we step off the ladder and onto a platform. So we'll probably have like maybe a 5-foot scaffolding with a ladder strapped to it. And then we'll climb up that ladder and get to the right point, get the actor in the right position to kind of match, because that's something that we have to think about on the technical side is matching poses. So we kind of have to have a technical director helping out during the motion capture shoot, making sure the actor hits his mark. So then we'll be up on that ladder, we'll just kind of step off that ladder and kind of capture that motion. We didn't show that. I had an animation, but I just remembered it didn't make it into the director's cut of our character getting into the 300i. But that's basically what I did, is to make our character get into the Aurora, which I have that animation on